WGNO News at 5, New Orleans' very own.
Welcome to WGNO News. I'm Susan Rosegen. Kurt Sprang is off tonight. Less than an hour ago, Governor Edwards activated the state's Emergency Operations Center. That's an indication of how high the state's fire risk is right now. The Emergency Operations Center will coordinate the state's resources to respond to that risk, just as it would respond to a hurricane. Since May, more than 300 wildfires have burned across the state, destroying more than 4,000 acres.
The engineers are currently activated to provide support in the areas that may be in threat to the wildfires. But again, we're in support of our Louisiana Department of Ag and Forestry and State Fire Marshal offices and the current parishes.
We have seen dozens of fires across southeast Louisiana, from New Orleans east to Tangipahoa Parish, even into Hancock County, Mississippi. That's where these pictures are from. The latest woods fire in Washington Parish, Louisiana. That one nearly forced an evacuation. In just a minute, we'll show you the effort to save a family farm in Laranger, threatened by a wildfire for the last 2 days. We have team coverage tonight. Our reporters have more on the extreme fire risk and the extreme heat. First, WGNO Chief Meteorologist Hank Allen is here on the record-breaking day. Hank.
Yeah, that's right, Susie. I tell you, you may be able to call me heat at this point, because it seems like that's all I'm talking about. 100 degrees again today at the airport, beating the record of 99 back in 2011. And look, we'd like a break from the record heat. We'd like a break from the dryness. We'd like any kind of break from anything we could get. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Take a look at these temperatures out there tomorrow. Back to around 100 to 102 on average on the North Shore. A couple of spots in the upper 90s near the coast. But look at this, still up around 104 farther to the north inland. And then on the South Shore, pretty much the same story. 98 to 100. I think a bit less chance to get to 100 at the airport tomorrow, but still. Upper 90s across the area. Is going to be super hot, is going to be super dry. Excessive heat warnings back in effect across the region tomorrow. And yes, a red flag warning back in effect as well, highlighting the fire danger that we have. Now, I've always equated this with more of a windy situation. We've been seeing these issues because of that fire danger out there. I think we should probably have like a fire weather watch or something, but nevertheless, no burning in the short term outside, Susie, because we just don't have any relief anytime soon.
All right, Hank, we'll see you with the full forecast a little later. Yep. Thank you. Now, the wildfire in Laranger. Firefighters have been trying to keep the fire away from a small family farm, the Yellow Van Flower Farm. WGNO's Ashley Hamilton is there talking to the couple who owns this farm. Ashley, they must be exhausted.
Susie, they're tired, but they are relieved. Right behind me is still some smoke that's in the air. The owners are just hoping that a fire does not start. However, they are grateful they didn't lose any of what she says livelihood, thanks to the fire department reacting quickly. Owners of the flower farm shared on social media that Laranger firefighters worked for over 24 hours to contain a wildfire that broke out on their property. Firefighters have managed the fire and pushed it away from their farm as much as they can. With today being one of the hottest days of the season, they have to check on the property every hour in case a fire starts again. One of the owners recalls just the process of how the last 2 days have been for them.
The first night, we were checking the fire break about every 2 hours the first night, and it wasn't until yesterday that it first flared up pretty bad. The fire department came out, and then it was back to just embers. Then the wind blew around lunchtime yesterday, and the fire jumped the road, jumped the fire break, and spread.
The owners say that they will be pausing their services this week and hope to rebound back with services next week. The owners thank the firefighters as well as the community for coming together during these challenging times. Back to you, Susie.
Yes, their whole livelihood out there. Thank you, Ashley. And new this hour at 5 o'clock, the New Orleans Fire Department has been battling back-to-back fires in New Orleans East, just a few minutes apart from each other. WGNO's Rick Gogrieve is at the most recent fire scene with that story. Rick.
Susie, I'm here right now on Jordan Road in front of a solar farm where a fire was just put out at about 2:30 this afternoon. Now, it was the second fire that the New Orleans Fire Department crew had to respond to in the span of an hour just around the block of Almonaster Avenue. Another fire, this time a one-alarm fire at a salvage yard where 16 cars burned. 7 units responded, and it took them about an hour to put that fire out. We spoke to District 4 Chief Paul Helmers, who says that his crew has been very busy this summer.
It's been no exception around here. We've had lots of grass fires, underground fires. Out here in New Orleans East, there's actually places where the very black soil, it actually burns when it gets dry enough. And so we've actually had a couple of undergrounds. Most years we don't get undergrounds. So yeah, the guys out here in New Orleans East in particular have been working really hard this summer.
Now, so far, there has not been a cause on what started either of the fires, but thankfully no injuries were reported. Susie, back to you.
That is the good news. Thanks, Rick. Now, you may not realize the fire danger in your own home right now. WGNO's Kenny Lopez can explain that risk. He is in Gentilly. Kenny.
You know, Susie, over the years, you collect lots of items and you store them in your garage like you see here. Now, typically, that's not a problem. But when it gets this hot, you got to be extra careful because some of these items in your garage can spontaneously combust. On Monday, a house fire broke out on Pelican Ridge Drive in Madisonville. Homeowners believe it was a lithium battery in their golf cart that started the blaze. Then on Tuesday, in Madisonville, another garage fire. This one believed to be started by a battery in a toy that overheated.
So this is just a reminder for everybody to stay vigilant.
Fires in garages are becoming more frequent because of this extreme heat.
So a lot of these toys and a lot of these batteries aren't meant for this heat. They're meant for your regular 80-degree heat. In Louisiana, in southern Louisiana especially, we're faced with way hotter than that. It gets over 100 degrees. File on 187 will be en route to that.
Lieutenant Jeff Patterow with Jefferson Parish Fire Department Station 18 says homeowners need to check their garages for flammable liquids, lithium batteries, and other electronic devices.
Keep it out of any direct sunlight and try to keep it in the AC as much as possible.
When it comes to like cleaning fluids and household stuff, the normal people keep in their garage. What do you say about those?
Anything aerosol cans, anything that's pressurized, if you can remove them from the hot garage or out of direct sunlight, I would do that.
In addition to flammable items in your garage, never leave any electronics in your car.
Laptops, even cell phones charging, and you want to make sure you're not overcharging those things because they will combust.
Firefighters also say you have to be very careful of old potting soil. When it decomposes, it can spontaneously combust.
The chemical chain reaction that happens once it heats up to a certain temperature.
And as always, especially in this heat,
you definitely want to make sure your smoke detectors are all active and the batteries are good.
Now, lots of folks have been wondering if it's okay to store their propane tanks in their garage. Well, firefighters say that it is okay because these propane tanks are pretty solid. But it's very important that you make sure you clear your debris around your house as well, because that can start a fire. Susie, back to you.
A lot of good advice there. Thank you, Kenny. And even on this historically hot day, the work doesn't stop because it can't stop in the construction industry. And that's true for nonprofits who try to help homeowners year-round. WGNO's Jordan Lippincott is on Lesseps Street in the St. Claude neighborhood. Jordan.
Susie, for the nonprofit Rebuilding Together New Orleans, work varies from project to project. Like today, workers painted the home behind me, but all projects have workers and volunteers outside for several hours. Year-round, the Rebuilding Together New Orleans crew works to repair homes in vulnerable communities. Senior Field Operations Coordinator Jonathan Holmes says historic temperatures have somewhat changed their routine.
We're working on 40 minutes of work, 20 minutes of break, and if we're feeling especially tired, we have the truck that we brought over to sit in the AC for the 20 minutes so that we're on and off.
When it comes to staying hydrated, it's all about teamwork.
If we look at each other and you're looking winded and you're looking tired, then it's probably time to drink water. We're bringing 5 gallons of water a day, so it's not like we're going to worry about water and we got the porta potty. So AC and water.
Holmes admits the heat is slowing them down a bit.
And that's mostly not from a we can't push through it purpose. That's a working safely purpose, especially when we have volunteers. We don't want us falling out. We don't want them falling out. We don't want the homeowner falling out when we're working on these houses.
But they still find a way to make houses habitable for homeowners, even after receiving an influx of applications following Hurricane Ida.
Like right around 250 between just roofing and in-house projects ourselves. And that's not to count when Ida first happened, how many people we were doing emergency tarping for, emergency water, emergency gutting, and all of that.
If you'd like to reward the Rebuilding Together New Orleans crew for their hard work, we will have a link on how to make a donation on our website, WGNO.com. Susie?
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Jordan. Now, a developing story in the search for a new New Orleans police chief. One of the 3 finalists, Thedrick Anders, has dropped out of contention. Anders has been named the police chief in Cibolo, Texas. That's a town of just 37,000 people near San Antonio. So now 2 named candidates remain in the NOPD chief search: Ann Kirkpatrick of Oakland, California, and interim NOPD chief Michelle Woodfork. Mayor Cantrell told reporters earlier this month that she wants to interview this man, a former candidate, David Franklin, who pulled out of the search before the city named the 3 finalists. In tonight's crime report, a violent night in New Orleans. 1 person killed and 5 others wounded. The murder was at the corner of Eads and North Dergenway at about 11:15 last night. 45 minutes later, detectives found a man who'd been shot several times in the 3000 block of 2nd Street, where he had been pushed out of a car. That car later crashed on the interstate, and get this, the police found a 15-year-old boy in the car, also shot multiple times. 10 minutes later, a 19-year-old and another juvenile show up at a hospital with gunshot wounds. And then at 5:30 this morning, a man was stabbed at the corner of Royal and Egania Streets. Former Saints running back Reggie Bush is suing college football's governing body. That's according to an ESPN report. The NCAA wiped all traces of Bush's college career from the record books and took away his Heisman Trophy after accusing him of accepting illegal benefits from an agent while he was enrolled at the University of Southern California. In 2021, ESPN asked the NCAA whether Bush's records would be reinstated now that players can benefit from the new name, image, and likeness policy. The NCAA said no at the time. Now Bush is suing the NCAA, trying to restore his college legacy. Still ahead on WGNO News, an investigation into one Louisiana city council where some of the members gave secret pay raises to their staff. Plus,
the candidates will be arriving here at this arena behind us in just a couple of hours now, except for Trump, who says he has an interview airing at the exact same time.